it's not based on this scary count that lives in Transylvania over in Eastern Europe.
School is back in session, and students are already finding out what's in store for the year. Tales of mythical creatures that drink blood, avoid sunlight, and prey on humans. Teachers at Osceola Mitchell say until now, they've had a hard time getting their students to read.
We went to the children and we talked to the children. We said, you know, why don't you like to read? What is it about reading that turns you off, that makes you not interested? And they're of course, it's boring. Reading's boring. So we try to turn it back on the children and say, well, what do you like to read? If you don't like what we give you, what do you like to read? And that's all they wanted to talk about was vampires. Oh, we love vampire books and we love stories about vampires. So we sat down together and we're like, vampires, okay? Vampires. What can we do with vampires?
And that's how they began preparing their trip to the British Isles, with their students' interest in mind. Their voyage was completely funded by Fund for Teachers. This grant program provides teachers who've created their own professional development ideas the opportunity to travel the world and put together lesson plans that will benefit their students back in the classroom. And after a little bit of research, Team TSV, which stands for Teachers Seeking Vampires, were on their way.
So, you know, off we go. We're going to Scotland, we're going to England, we're going to research the vampire and find out the origins of all these vampire legends that we had read about with the children. And so we stayed in a little village about 10 miles from Aberdeen, about 20 miles from Aberdeen, about 10 miles from Cruden Bay. And we felt it. You know, it's like we were telling the children, you know, you're standing by the North Sea, the waves are crashing, the mist is rolling across the moors, and you know that just right out of your sight is vampire. You just know it. And that was wonderful for us, a wonderful experience. And so there's so many stories that we got to bring back to our children, not just the pictures of all the things that we saw that were related to vampires, but all the stories that we have.
Visiting the different councils, going to the actual locations where the authors of the novels that we're going to read, where they actually wrote the books. It was a great experience. It was a one-in-a-lifetime experience, and I was just so excited. The whole time I was there, I was thinking of things that I could do and ways that I can incorporate what I'm learning over here back to the school.
Blade, okay? And everybody loves Blade because he's only half vampire, right?
And because of their travels, they've been able to put together a lesson plan for the year.
We're going to actually read 2 novels. We're going to read Dracula, and we're also going to read 8th Grade Bites. Those 2 novels we're going to co-teach, try to teach across the curriculum in social studies and in reading and language arts. And we're going to incorporate a lot of writing and reading with it. Some of our writing scores, we did exceptionally well. We improved, we increased this year, but our students still lack in writing. A lot of their written expression that we do, they don't know how to convey their thoughts as well to paper. So we're going to use what they want to learn about and let them use that to actually learn this year.
They also plan to get the community more involved this year to further drive student interest in reading.
We want to do reading night, family reading night in September. We're going to have the parents come in and they're going to be introduced to our program and to try to hopefully get the parents involved into reading as well. We're working on doing a workshop for other teachers in tapping into that interest and so much in reading that the interest is what's important to the children.
And even though the school year has just begun, teachers say they've already seen their students get excited about future assignments.
Every morning they have a different question asking me what vampire this, what are we going to do about this. They even come to school with old cereal boxes, the Count Dracula, I think the cereal was called. One student came to school with the cereal box that he was able to find. So they're very excited about learning.
There's only been one small problem.
Some of the children we had last year are really mad at us. So they're like, why didn't I do it last year? So we have that issue.
McDonald's says they plan to apply for another Fund for Teachers grant next year, and they hope to learn everything they can about werewolves. For the Southern Education Desk, I'm Erica Lembo.